Hi Taurus, how are we today? I'm just doing our weekly readings. This week we are looking at the month ahead, so September 2023. So I will be looking at a little bit of, just general, whatever wants to come out, as well as love, okay? I will let everyone know that if you do leave a comment on one of my videos, you will go in the draw for a free personal reading. So thank you all so much for your support so far. Please like and subscribe to the channel. We are just a super small, non-monetized channel, so it really does mean a lot to me. Thank you. Today I've got 4 decks here today. So when we're looking at that general energy for September, we've got the Taurus lenormand. Then when we move over into love, I've got the Terra lenormand, as well as 2 oracle decks. So we've got the romantic fairy love oracle and that Island Time Wellness Love Oracle as well. Okay, but getting into it for you today, Taurus, I'm going to be dividing it up by start, middle, end of September, 2 cards for each. We'll see what's going on for you in September. Okay, Taurus. Taurus, what's going on for Taurus in September, please? Okay, so starting very interesting here, Taurus, and automatically I am feeling as though this is actually connected to not just the start of September, but this full moon that's right at the end of August. Okay, because we do have that super moon, and it's a once in a blue moon as well, being the second in a month. And we do initially, that's the very first card we have for you is the moon card, and this particular deck, it is bright blue. Okay, so I do feel as though we're looking at right at the start of September here, possibly the end of August, that energy sort of carrying through this full moon period, being quite important to you, Taurus, when it comes to your self-growth and your self-care, okay? And this is actually linking very, very strongly with that full moon because, full moons are all about introspection and using those times to help yourself grow as a person and look at, how things are going for you in your life and what you want to change, those sorts of things as well. You can kind of imagine that with that picture of the tree there, the full moon being the perfect time for you to sort of work out which branches you need to cut off that are sort of not supporting the best needs of this tree, so that new growth can be formed in other branches, and needing to make sure our roots are strong and grounded, especially being an earth sign, definitely needing to stay grounded at this sort of time, because the full moon is the full moon as well as this moon card, it is a very emotional time. This is the full moon in Pisces that we're looking at currently, which is very emotional related. So it's really talking about soul searching and those sorts of elements. So really getting to the root of who you are and where you want to be in this life, and following your intuition and asking yourself, am I following my intuition? Am I following my heart? So I do feel as though the start of this month for you, Taurus, is going to be, a very introspective beginning to the month, where we are really, really, taking note of what we're feeling, where our intuition is leading us on this journey of ourself within this world. Okay, so it's a very interesting energy, and it, like I said, it is, coming out very strongly that this is linking up with that full moon energy, even though you, Taurus, are probably not one of the most affected signs. It is, Virgo season, and like I said, that full moon in Pisces. So they will be the signs most affected, but maybe supporting one of your fellow earth signs there, and really taking this time to heart to start doing the work, really start doing the work that you want to do to really follow your heart and clean up that tree for yourself and grow stronger just within yourself, Taurus. So very interesting energy for you to be getting there, Taurus. But I am doing, for every full moon, I do shadow work readings where you can actually, look at the darker side of yourself and use those things for self growth. So that particular reading may be of use to you this at the start of September here as well. So I will be uploading that tomorrow. Okay, so keep an eye out for that one. I feel as though a lot of you Taurus may be very interested in doing the work at the moment, and really looking at what's going on for you emotionally, and that growth of your emotions, that development of emotion within you. So, looking at things in a much more emotionally mature way, as to what we may have in the past as well. So I do feel as though this is all about you maturing, emotionally within yourself. Okay, and looking at also, when it comes to the tree, I do sometimes let people know that it's a lovely time for you to actually be, um, giving yourself that gratitude for how far you have come already, within your emotional growth. Okay, so looking back at how immature you may have been in the past when it came to things that set you off emotionally, and really using that to sort of propel you even further. Okay, so very interesting for you. And what I'm actually seeing here is that it may bring some things to light for you. This full moon, it is all about introspection and bringing things to light. So especially when it comes to, the things that really are close to your soul, and are you following the right path, are you following your heart? And what I'm seeing here for the middle of the month is you sort of doing that in a more realistic fashion. Okay, we do have the clouds there, which is the card of your thoughts. Okay, and overthinking. So this is really thinking about things quite heavily, using that what you've learned from your self growth emotionally, to actually start putting that into reality, and logically working out how that's changing your life from here on out. For a lot of you, that's going to do with friendships. Okay, but not necessarily. I'm feeling it may be actual friendships, but it's that sense of friendship, that sense of loyalty and support, that you are receiving and giving to the world, to yourself. Okay, so I kind of do want to say here, be your own best friend. In the middle of September here, especially when we are trying to think things through quite logically, don't forget to be a friend to yourself in all those thoughts, because sometimes that clouds card, it can sort of push over into that energy of overthinking, and then anxiety and confusion come through once we start to overthink. So really, being loyal to yourself first and foremost, being a friend to yourself and going easy on yourself, being grateful for, like we said, how much you have grown, how much you are willing to do the work, and those sorts of things as well. The dog card there, it really is about friendship. So for some of you, this definitely could be, thinking about a friend, and whether or not that is actually something you do want to carry further into the future with you. I do feel for a few of you there that you may be cutting out a specific friendship, just because you're not seeing the support and the loyalty, and after we've gone through so much introspection, and we do find that we are, giving a lot more out, and we start to realize, logically, it's a realistic sort of thing where, I've been giving to this connection for, a long time, but they're not actually giving in return. Whether it doesn't need to be physical giving. It can be that, just that energy, that love, that support. So I do feel for some of you, we may actually be thinking about ending a friendship at this time, sort of middle of September there. um, I will be getting clarity for this for the end of September here, because what we've got here, we've got the mountain, followed by the anchor. Okay, so what we do see with both the mountain and the anchor is kind of a very sort of stuck energy. Mountains do not move. Anchors are what holds us, at the bottom of that ocean floor. So we are finding, at the end of the month there may be a challenge or a delay, that's holding you back a little bit, holding you down a little bit, weighing heavily on you. Okay, it does feel like it does feel like for a lot of you, this may be some sort of big challenge, or it feels like a big challenge for you. Pardon me, Taurus. I'm still got this cough. I just cannot get rid of it. But yeah, so this mountain, especially with the anchor there too, it really is feeling like it feels like a big challenge. Like it may not be as big as you are feeling that it is, but with that anchor there, it does feel as though it's keeping you a little bit stuck, trying to get over this challenge. This obstacle that's in your path toward the end of September here. So, but the interesting thing about the mountain is that, it just takes a little bit of determination to climb to the top of that mountain and a little bit of hard work. And then once you get to the top of that mountain, you can actually, see your way clear and know what path to take from here. And every obstacle does become a brand new opportunity. But it does feel as though, with the anchor here, that you are holding yourself back from really facing this head on. We do see though with that tree at the start of the month for you, that you are, more than capable to do the work, but for some reason you're holding yourself back. This obstacle, you sort of letting yourself feel that this is bigger than it actually is, that it's insurmountable. But we do find that with the mountain, it's always surmountable. It's just a matter of, putting in that hard work. But there's something holding you back from, starting that climb and trying to face that obstacle head on. So I'm just going to grab up some cards to clarify that message for you, Taurus, because, if we are seeing an obstacle, we want to know what that is and how to overcome that as well. Okay, so can I get some clarity for Taurus for the end of September, please? Yeah, so it is some sort of trouble. It is an obstacle, a challenge that you're facing. We do have the whip has come out to clarify what that is about. So this definitely could be some sort of conflict. We did see that friendship card, and this friendship heavy on your mind in the middle of the month. So I dare say it's going to be coming from that, because this can actually be talking about obstacles in the form of conflict, trouble, tension. You need, like, it's kind of feeling like, you need to, you've been thinking heavily about, I need to cut this person off, but to actually go ahead and do it is causing you a lot of tension and trouble. I really feel as though this is an obstacle that you are, avoiding heading on to that obstacle. It's just something you're feeling like you're putting off a little bit, and it is causing a lot of tension within you either way. Okay, so whether or not you close this friendship off, you are feeling tension from that one way or another. So tension for not doing anything and tension for doing something. So it can also talk about, if you do actually outright call somebody out for their behavior, their lack of support towards you, that there is possible conflict, as in verbal conflict coming through, that quarreling, that fighting, that verbal sort of arguing with each other can be possible with that there as well. But I'll grab an advice card for that conflict, that obstacle, okay? Because I do feel as though that for a lot of you, that's going to be related to a friend, okay? How can Taurus overcome this obstacle, please? It's given us the snake there. It's letting us know, especially when I see the snake and the mountain, it lets us know, sometimes you don't have to face that mountain head on. You can find another way around the problem. Okay, so you may not actually have to face this head on. And so maybe that's what's holding you down a little bit, is trying to find this way you can sort of slither around that mountain instead of going directly up it. Okay, so with the snake there, it really does show us that there may be another option, to sort of sneak around that mountain, around that fight, and avoid that fight. So there definitely is other option there for you. It really does let us know as well to follow your true desire and your passion, your own ambition. Okay, so think about your desired outcome here and head towards the outcome, not the problem. Okay, so instead of facing the obstacle, face the desired outcome and then work out how to get to that outcome. rather than actually facing any problems directly on. I feel as though, sometimes this can involve a little bit of deception. Okay, so sometimes it can be like, what are you deceiving yourself about this obstacle? What things are the deceptive elements of this obstacle? Sometimes it can talk about, that lying by omission type thing. So just not telling somebody the whole story. So I do feel as though this is recommending that to you. So for some of you, that may be how you get around this obstacle, is to just not actually tell the full story. I don't normally support things like, lying by omission or things like that, but I'm normally a very big person all about truth and honesty, but it is what it is, telling us that, your own desires in the situation are more important, to find a different way around it. And it's not necessarily lying, it's skirting around the issue is what I feel for a lot of you. It's like slithering around that issue and not actually, facing it head on and climbing this big, huge obstacle of this problem. It's slithering around that and looking at it from different angles and sort of being a little bit sneaky about how we're getting around that obstacle rather than facing it directly. All right, so that's what we have with the general, but we'll move into love for you, Taurus. Okay, so it's going to be a big month for you, Taurus, by the feel of that. Big, questioning yourself and really working out, I feel for you, what your desired outcomes for yourself are. Stop, maybe that's part of why we're seeing this friend card coming through, because maybe you're someone who has, put more into other people than you've put into yourself, and it's really asking you to stop and really think about your own self-growth, your own self-care, and then your own personal desires for things as well. Okay. Taurus, what's going on for Taurus with love in September? Okay. Taurus, what's going on for Taurus with love in September? Okay, so once again, I am seeing your desires coming out strong again. But firstly, we do have the house energy. Okay, so that really does talk about stability, security, feeling that sense of family. Okay, so I am getting quite a lot of messages that are all linking up here, because we do have, that non-movement. Once again, the house, once again does not move, but it's also, very very similar to the tree energy as well, where it's, your personal little bubble, your sense of family, your sense of self, and your inner security coming through here when it comes to, love. So um I would be placing a lot of importance on your own stability and security when it comes to love. I do feel for a lot of you, this is actually talking about physical housing as well. So there may be something going on around your house. You may be having to move house or decide. Like the next card I do have is the crossroad, okay, which is a choice or decision. So for some of you, this is, choosing if you're going to move house, choosing to do renovations, choosing to do something about your house, about your sense of family. We definitely would, see someone maybe moving in with somebody, all that sort of physical house energy as well. So it definitely can also talk about things like meeting somebody's family or inviting someone to come meet your family as well. So there is a strong sense of family, the family home, and what's keeping you, safe and secure within yourself is your own sense of, who is my true family, and who is, the ones that do sort of enclose me in this safe little bubble, this secure bubble in my world. And then we do see like I said, that crossroads. So that's really about choices and decisions. I do feel when it comes to love, this is once again, choosing whether you're following the right path. Look, that introspection's coming through so strongly for you today, Taurus. I feel as though there's going to be multiple aspects you are considering when you are looking, at your self growth this month. And this is really sort of looking at, am I taking the right path? Am I following the path that's going to lead me to my truest wishes with love? Because, next we do have the stars card. Okay, so that talks about wishes and wish fulfillment, your hopes, your aspirations, your truest dreams and desires. When it comes to what you do want for love, what makes you feel secure in love. So with this crossroads card, I do feel as though you are really questioning yourself and questioning the path that you're taking when it comes to, is this path going to lead to my desires being fulfilled with love, or do I need to sort of reassess and maybe take a different route to get those desires fulfilled for myself? Okay, so definitely a big time of introspection, and it's coming out in all areas of your life, by the looks there, Taurus. So it definitely will be a big month for you. But when we do see that stars card in the love readings, it really does show us that wish fulfillment is like super close for you, and you can have all your wishes and desires fulfilled when it comes to love. So it's definitely a positive energy. It's just talking about, feeling stable. It definitely, for some of you, it could be, just being stable in the choices you've made in love, just being secure that, yes, you are on the right path. And yes, all those wishes are going to be fulfilled. So, being quite secure in the choices you're making when it comes to love as well. But we'll grab some oracle for you. Okay, Taurus. Taurus and love, please. And I'll grab the other oracle out as well. Taurus and love. Taurus and love. Whoa, okay, too many. Taurus and love. Okay, so we are seeing what is setting off the energy for you, with that tree energy there. We do have the not enough card has come out. Okay, so frustrated in relationships, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear, ego issues, and jealousy. So I do feel as though, emotionally, these are some of the issues that may come up for you. Feeling as though you're not enough for these friendships, for love, relationships, just not enough. It's a hard energy to, it's that self-sabotage energy. So I do feel for a lot of you that's part of what we're emotionally maturing from, because then we do have the boat energy. Okay, so moving away from that, receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on from closure issues. All right, so I do feel as though, yes, we are definitely seeing that growth, that moving on, maturing, those emotions coming through for you. And then we do have kisses. Okay, unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection, falling in love. So once again, we're seeing that giving and receiving and that unconditional loving, that we see from that dog energy as well. So, are you getting as much affection and love as you are giving? Obviously a question on your mind. We also see here forgiveness. Okay, so that's the card of forgiveness. Allow healing waters to wash away the pain of the past. So once again, forgiveness for yourself for those past energies. Forgiveness for yourself that you may have not felt like you're enough in the past, and moving on from that energy. I do feel as though this particular card I've got here, it does reference a person, but I actually feel as though this is referencing you yourself. all right, with that tree energy once again. So it's rekindle. So it does say an old flame returns, but I really do feel as though that's rekindling that relationship with yourself, and that flame that you have burning within yourself. That we do see the desires. We have had that advice of following your passion and desire. I believe that that's the flame, the internal flame within you, that sparks you into this forward movement. All right. So we are seeing a lot of non-movement, but I do feel towards the end of the month, once we do start really following our passions, that you will start to see that movement coming in for you, Taurus. We also have proposal. Okay, so your romance is about to evolve and level up. So whether you are or are not connected to anyone, this is all about that evolution, that leveling up within love. Okay, so if you're single, you may not be for long. If you are already connected to somebody, that may actually get to the next level very soon. It doesn't necessarily mean, a marriage proposal, although it definitely could for some of you if you are, strongly connected in a committed relationship already. We may see that for one or two of you as well. But that's what we have for you today, Taurus. It sounds like it's going to be, a bit of a harder to deal with month. But like I said, do keep an eye out for that shadow work reading. Hopefully we'll be able to, really give you something to help you work through all that energy and get that movement going again for you there. But leave me a comment and let me know if that resonates for you, Taurus. And hopefully I'll see you all again soon.